This is going to be horrible to edit.
Fun fact for you. Over here, it is not uncommon to have to pay to use a public toilet. I think it was €1 in France and like 20p here. Crazy. Where else in the world would you get a toilet tax? Who knows? It's kind of weird. And the toilets aren't even that good. Where do they get off charging for it? It's not like there's a, what do they call them? The dudes?
Like a valet dude.
What's he gonna park?
Your bum.
Let me park your urine, sir.
You know what I mean.
Towel guy. Concierge? No. Kramer's mum's one. Anyway, I'm sure there'll be an edit point.
An attendee.
Yeah. Maitre d'. What was the other one? Oh, the daylight here is crazy. We get up, I think the earliest we've been up is about 7. 7, maybe 7:30, and it's already daylight. The sun is up, like it's been up for a good hour and a half. And it's like 9 o'clock now, and it's still daylight outside. The sun hasn't, well, the sun's set, but the light lingers. I don't know what that's about. Crazy long daylight hours here as well, which really is weird to sort of adjust to. What's the furrowing brow look for?
I kind of messed up your headroom, but it's alright. Keep going. No.
That was it, what? No?
No, yeah.
That was
great.
Hello again, folks. Today, well, I should start with the end of yesterday, because at the end of yesterday I was saying how we're going with comedy, which we did last night. Went to in Brighton. It was a very amateur-esque night, I guess you could say. Troubling Solomon, the best guy, is the warm-up, but he was very funny as on and off all night. Plenty of laughs though, and for the price, couldn't go wrong. Not far from the hotels, lovely walk back. And then we checked out of Brighton, but on the way we were walking along, and there was this group of, I don't know what they were, school kids, but like young, maybe like grade 3 or 4 or something, I don't really know that age, but they were walking towards us, and between us and them was a park bench with a porn mag on it and a light breeze blowing, so the pages were just slowly flicking open, and the kids got to it first, and they were like, and started screaming, and the teachers were trying to bite. It was so funny. Anyway, maybe it had to be there. No footage of that, unfortunately. Anyway, there was just I don't know, it's like an hour and a half train ride from Brighton to London. Sad to see it go. Really enjoyed Brighton. Definitely would go back and would recommend anyone go there. It was a blast. And then after months of anticipation, we saw Indiana Jones, the new one. It was okay. I don't know, it's probably, I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't overly impressed when I walked out. I guess the only thing I would say without ruining anything would be, if you can't shoot it, don't think it makes up for it by doing it with CG! Anyhow. Then we moseyed on back here, did some washing, so no footage of that either. I don't think there was any footage from today whatsoever, so it's just going to be me talking to you, which is pretty boring. Another laundry day, so number 2. And that's pretty much it. Had some dinner, and now this is it. So sorry, not much to report and nothing to show you.
Tell Abra what I had for dinner.
I don't know, sorry, voice behind the camera, please.
Penne alla arrabbiate. With peas in the tubes.
It was weird, she went wet-eyed at one point, because I think there was like a whole chili inside a bit of penne, and it was like...
It was great. To the extreme.
Yeah, so kicked around the beach, which was nice, and went for a walk around the streets and everything. It's festival time here, so it's great. A lot of people, a bit of a festival atmosphere, you know, people paying entrance and stuff in the streets, so that was really good. Got to see around, you know, the little stalls and whatnot. Stages set up, but I don't think anyone's performing. Like, I think all the performances start sort of this evening and tonight, probably from about 7 o'clock onwards. After this, we're going out, I think at 8 o'clock, there's a free comedy act, so we're going to go check that out. And yeah, just a great day. Had lunch, fish and chips, looking at the Brighton Beach Pier, which is very nice. Chips here are very oily, but that's cool. Got to try it, I guess. And amusements that go right out over the water, like rides and stuff. We didn't go on any rides because they were expensive. So yeah, that was it. Just a really cool town. And if you can get over here and have a squeeze, well worth it. Alright guys, see you tomorrow. And then to wrap up today, we went to Camden, which is just a suburb. A little bit arty, or I don't know, what is it? Like left wing. one of the wings. It's just a bit north of the city, a lot of markets and such. Yeah, and they were good, but I don't think we got any footage there. No, I'm getting a shake of the head. No footage or photos. Went to Camden. Here's Camden on a map.
It was weird today. We went and had we went for a walk just down the street, and then got tea. We had a little afternoon tea. And we were just sitting in there.
Oh, how big were the teas?
Oh, about as big as your head.
Wait, let me zoom out to get that.
It was like a gallon of tea, like that. For $1.99. It wasn't $1.99. So we're sitting in this little coffee shop just in the street, and I just look over, and there's the Empire State Building just gaping at me, and I'm like, oh my god, drinking my tea in front of the Empire State, chilling in New York. It's good. Oh, I saw a commercial on the telly in Washington, and I wasn't really paying attention. All I remember is the jingle at the end. It was 1-800-STEAMER. We were both doing something else, and we sort of pricked our ears up and went, what? 1-800-STEAMER, so dial a shit, I guess. I'm not really sure.
It was carpet cleaner, steam cleaning carpets.
Well, that's not fun. Anyways, that was funny. We laughed for a little while about that. And then on the train from Washington to New York, I think, or it might have been, I can't remember, one of the trains to Baltimore, we saw a plumber truck with a sign on the side of it that said Roto-Rooter. Roto-Rooter plumbing. And we were like, that's weird. Today was a bit weird actually. I'll backtrack. When we got up, we put the news on to check the weather, which is what we usually do. And there had been a crane collapse on 90-something street. What?
First Avenue.
First Avenue and 50th Street or something. 50th Avenue. First Avenue and 50th something. It was uptown. It was quite far away, but we're like, oh my god. But yeah, initial reports were saying that 2 had died or something like that. But it was very scary, and then on our uptown bus tour, as we passed under a crane, the guy sort of thought to mention it, and it was a bit like, oh my god, that's terrible. Yay, so we got to see the quick stop. That was really cool. I think I mentioned in the other bit that it was about an hour walk from the station. So yeah, we've caught an hour train from New York to Middletown. An hour walk from Middletown to the quick stop. An hour back to the train station, and then we headed another 6 minutes on a train to Red Bank, and we saw this, which is pretty cool. Yeah, the secret stash as well. So it was really fun. There was a lot of walking. That was only a sort of 5 or 10 minute walk from the station that time, but we got to see that. It was very exciting. There were people at the quick stop, so we didn't really get too much footage, but we went inside and bought stuff so we could have a little look at the interior, which was kind of cool too. Everything was where it should be, and I don't know, we went down the back near where the bathroom was and stuff. I was going to take a photo, but I thought that might be a bit weird. We walked. It was about an hour from the station, and the walk to the quick stop was through this lush, beautiful Americana place, lots of flags and kind of almost sort of upper middle class, I guess. They looked like they had a bit of money, it wasn't run down or anything. We were kind of like, would Kevin Smith have, grown up here? And we were a bit like, geez, I think we're in the wrong place. But yeah, it was there. It was where we thought it would be. It was just very surprising, the kind of environment. We were expecting something a little more run down, which is probably not very nice, but that's okay. Well, I wanted to actually mention a few things that I'd forgotten to yesterday. We accidentally walked into a Chuck E. Cheese yesterday, and it was funny. It was really horrible. The first thing I did, we were just looking for a public toilet, and we walked in, and the first thing I saw, we thought it was an arcade, so we walked in, we thought there'd be a loo there. And there were games and amusements, but I looked to my right as I walked in, and there was it's like a theme park, there's rides and things, but what I saw was this big fat kid on a chair. There's just a pole, and it's just a seat attached to the pole, and the seat goes up and it comes back down again. And it's not higher than if you stand up and hold your arm up. It's not higher than this. The chair just goes, there's the pole. It just goes from there to there with this fat kid going, and I almost cracked up laughing, which was kind of sad. The poor guy was just having, a good time or whatever. So that was funny. That was in Jersey. We just accidentally stumbled into a Chuck E. Cheese, and when we were there, the animatronic animals started playing the song, and it was just freaky, and it was really funny, and I really enjoyed it. So we didn't get New Vision or anything, but I just wanted to tell everybody about that. That was funny. Last night we went and saw the Beatles' Love Cirque du Soleil performance, and it was excellent. It was so cool. We got a couple of photos out the front, but we couldn't actually take photos in there. You couldn't at the Blue Man Group anyway, but we got a few, but this was a little bit more policed, so we didn't bother.
Because they were dressed like police.
Oh, they were dressed like policemen. It was just amazing. Like, all the music was absolutely perfect. Like, we love all the music anyway, but it was more of a dance theatrical thing than an acrobatic kind of thing, which I was expecting more acrobatics from Cirque du Soleil, but I'm a big fan of dancing and so it was perfect. It was absolutely beautiful, and thank you again to Stephen and Susan for allowing us to go.
Favourite bit of the performance?
Oh, my favourite bit was they put up like 2 ramps and like a transfer in the middle, and the guys were wearing those big puffy, I don't know, they're like Ugg boots, but they've got fur all over them, like you see them in the goodies and things, and they had rollerblades underneath them, so they were like doing like transfers and all sorts of crazy stuff, and that was kind of cool. And I think the other, I like the stomp bit. They did a bit where they were all wearing like big yellow gum boots, and they were doing like stomping and slapping and stuff. Oh, that was really cool too. That was to Lady Madonna, that song. It was kind of cool. It was in a bit of a rough area, so we didn't stay long, but we had a quick little spin around the park to look for the elephant fountain from Die Hard 3, but we couldn't see it, so we think maybe that they constructed that for the movie. Movie magic, damn them.
So, well, we still had the rental car. We thought, hey, we'll go check out the Fremont Street experience, which is like a, I don't know how long it is, but it's just a long stretch of road with like a display, like a LED wall. Big display over the roof, and they put all like light shows on, but you stand under it. It sounds like a great idea, and it was up the old end of Vegas, so we thought, hey, we've got a car, we'll drive down there. On the way down there, we couldn't exactly find it. The map we had wasn't to scale, which was a really stupid map to have and try and navigate off. We found the streets, but we couldn't find it. Instead, however, which we didn't get any shots of, we found a recently taped off cop crime scene of a petrol station with cops walking around in flak jackets and forensic police walking around, so I can only assume there was some sort of shooting. At that point, we hightailed it out there, headed back to the good end of Vegas, and called it a night. Probably a good call, I think. Plenty of hookers and such down there. But no guys clicking. So today we drove back to the airport. We went from our hotel to the airport. Then we had to drive to the car rental return section, which turned out to be driving further than our hotel was to the airport. Free shuttle bus, but still ridiculous. I think it was like 1.5 k's to the airport from our hotel, and then we're like 2.5 k's away. Anywho. Here's some random shots of Vegas to cover that boring story. And then jumped on a plane, came to San Francisco, got in, and we've decided, I say we, I've done nothing to that evaluation. You can judge a city really quickly by the quality of its airport. If it's just highly priced and full of poker machines, chances are you're in Vegas. If it's crap and you don't want to be there, it may be Melbourne. And if you get there and it's pleasant, there's friendly people, there's organic food shops, and nothing's ridiculously overpriced, you may find that you're in San Francisco. Bizarre, but it was a nice airport. Anyway, so we cruised on in and found our hotel, which is where I'm sitting now. First off, just a couple of things I wanted to mention, just crazy stuff that shocked me, because it was one of those, I don't know, maybe you'd call it a culture shock or something, just stuff that you wouldn't see in Australia, basically. When we were in London, everywhere there were these ads for more than 10 drinks a week, you should cut down your drinking. It was so bizarre. You'd have to see the ads. It was just like, who drinks that much? But everyone did, from what we saw. I mean, people were in bars all the time. Crazy. That blew me away. The other one, the great one, was on the New York or Washington bus, I think it was, actually. Big sign. No spitting on the bus. Must be a big problem there. Nasty. Sorry, I've got notes. The ads here, we just saw an ad on Kelly in San Francisco, and it was basically terrorist type scare tactics by it's like the Foxtel movie channel basically. It was an ad for them, but they've got, there are public places a breeding ground for germs. Don't expose yourself unnecessarily. Stay at home and watch movies on our service. Just the most propaganda. Like, it was 35 seconds of scare tactics of stay out of public places, and then just at the end, 5 seconds, bam! Staying home, watch movies, pay for it. And the other great one that's been here in America because of their legal system, it's awesome. Anything they do, any medication they need to tell you about has to be justified. So, say it's a 30-second ad. There is literally 10 seconds of promo for the drug, whatever it is. Weight loss, fantastic weight loss drug. Beautiful, works in 2 weeks. The next 20 seconds are dedicated to justifying that and saying how may cause disability, may cause, diarrhea, vomiting, nausea, limb loss, just these crazy things, anything that they've found against it. And then at the end, it's like the before and after photo, before fat person, after normal sized person, and then in big letters under it, results not typical. What? Crazy shit. Just stuff you wouldn't see in Australia, I guess. I guess we can look forward to it in a few years, though. That's the end of my notes. Please enjoy this shot of Jess and the McDonald's flag.
Oh, sweet land of liberty. La, 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 la. We love our McDonald's.
McDonald's! And their large drinks over here, large McDonald's, like, milkshake. Bam.
It's like half a gallon.
But here's one for you. I've asked at literally every McDonald's we've been to, and don't get me wrong, this is not a Macca's vacation tour. We've been to Macca's 4 times in 6 weeks. 5, I don't know how long I've been away. Been to Macca's 4 times. Every time, this includes the UK as well. 4, maybe 5 times. Yeah. I'm going to say 4. Everywhere we've been to. Can I get a large half chocolate, half strawberry milkshake? No. But it's not just a no. It's like you've broken, you've committed a sin. No, we can't do that. They look to the manager. The manager frantically. Oh, no, we don't do half drinks. Go figure. Enjoy it in Australia. I got nothing. The Channel 9 programmers really need to come over here and take a bit of a lesson from the US television. There is a TV station we get here in San Francisco that plays these shows in this order. In Plain Sight, followed by Law and Order SVU, followed by Law and Order Criminal Intent or something, and then the 3 just repeat. They just go round and round. Different episodes, same 3 shows. Boom, boom, boom. It is just the most insane TV station you've ever seen. Results not typical.
I found a little information board over yonder. It was built apparently first to defend against foreign invasion, but then actually was more used to defend against Confederates in the Civil War, as they were nasty buggers.
The bridge or the fort?
Both. The bridge defending the fort.
Okay.
Nah, probably the fort, and then the bridge was put up. I don't know. We'll cut that out. There's a sign up on the bridge saying that if you jump off it, it'll be fatal and tragic, which I thought was weird, but I guess it's true. But weird psychological kind of deterrent. Tragic.
Better than saying spicy, isn't it?
Yes, I guess so. Especially if you like spicy food.
And so here we are now. It's the night time. It's the evening. We've just flicked on the telly, and it's 40-Year-Old Virgin. We're sitting here watching it, and it's and you and this and that and you and mother. Hilarious. It's fill in the blanks. And then we get to the ad, and it goes, 40-Year-Old Virgin, uncut, brought to you by Pizza Hut. Uncut? That's not uncut! I don't know what they're smoking over here. This place is crazy.
So tell us about your first run there on the, what was it? Crookedest Road, Lombard Street.
Lombard Street. It was curvy, believe it or not. I know, hard to believe. Oh, there's Greenwich. I didn't know I was meant to stop here. These road rules are crazy!
What's the worst part about them?
It's just you gotta keep your head on all the time because your instincts are the wrong way.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
It's alright, we're going past Fiddlebit.
Fiddlebit.
I need to stop now.
Lots of one-way streets, lots of stop signs.
It's very Brisbane-esque.
It is very Brisbane-esque.
Like one way, jump a block, the other way, jump a block.
Totally.
And did I mention it's hilly?
Shall we get a bit of that? Oh, we'll get a bit later.
Stop all the way. I don't know how to stop halfway.
I think it means all the directions need to stop. Whoa, you should see how like bloody steep it is.
We started here at San Francisco. Last night we stayed here at Santa Cruz, and then today we drove all the way down there to San Simon, so we're there tonight, and we've got 2 more driving days to get to Los Angeles. So we're just a whisker under halfway. But yeah, we'll get to like Santa Barbara or something tomorrow night. So we've only got a short drive into Los Angeles. That's it. That's where we're at. That's the news. You're up to date.
And just while we're here, these chairs in our room have got wheels on them. These are hilarious. We're going to race them down the corridor.
Yes, we are.
We think they're funny.
I reckon I could probably get a good foot of air off them.
Yeah?
Bit of an ollie.
We should build a ramp. We just watched the sunset. We didn't take
You missed
any.
it though, because you know what? That one's for us. The other thing we found out, which was sort of interesting and potentially in trouble, today was that we're going to the theme parks. Not tomorrow, but the day after is Universal, and then another day after, and then 2 days after that I think is Disneyland. But anyway, all that is the first week of the school holidays. We had no idea. It's now summer here, summer school holidays. Could have been a whoopsie on our part. Time will tell. The other potential is that, you know, everyone will just be like, school holidays, we won't go there, it'll be too busy and no one will be there. So I'm expecting crowds. Outlook not so good. It'll be fun though, I'm sure. Yes, and the other thing on the cards is Rock Band for me.
And a manicure for Jess.
And Jess, put your fingers in front of the camera.
Oh no.
Oh, just a little one. We can edit it out later.
I'm going to be showing people my new engagement ring when I get back, so I'm going to get a manicure before I leave.
As opposed to an old engagement ring.
Shut up. We're in Thousand Oaks right now.
Thousand Oaks.
We left from San Simeon.
And I haven't seen one.
Oh. I'm just going to say it out loud so we've got it down.
Sure.
We left from San Simeon today. We passed through Pismo Beach to Santa Barbara and had lunch, and then we kept going. Did we stop again between Santa Barbara and here? No, we didn't. So that now we're in Thousand Oaks, which is not on the coast. It's between 2 mountains. We're in a valley.
And we found their shopping centre was in fact no supermarket.
No.
There was a Safeway, there was a party supply store, there was an
Safeway's
Office
a supermarket.
I meant Target. There was a Target, a party supply store, a Bunnings wannabe, Starbucks,
Restaurants.
a
Yeah.
couple of restaurants, a couple of places doing nails and such. No supermarket, no little convenience store. So I went to a petrol station.
Nice.
That was a great story. Oh, the other thing that I hadn't mentioned that I went to is this place had a pool. And we got to swim around for, 45 minutes or something, which was great.
And Troy tried to kill me.
I didn't try to kill
Tried
her.
to drown me.
No.
In the green floaty.
Oh, there was an inflatable floaty ring in the pool, and I dived into the pool and straight through the ring and in and under, and it was great.
It was great.
You should have been there.
Wish you were here.
I wish you were here.
We ran out of tape today and we didn't actually get any vision of Pismo Beach, but we got photos.
Yeah,
but we covered that.
Here. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you. Wait right there. Okay, so every single hotel we've stayed in this whole time, there's been this crazy thing, and I've no idea what it's for. I'm going to show you what it is, and if anyone knows, please tell me. It's one of these! What the fuck is this? It's not a
chair, or it would be the most uncomfortable chair I've ever sat in. Every hotel's got one, just like this. The Bibli, the Bibli, look at the Bibli.
Look at the Bibli.
Every hotel's got a Bibli. The one we stayed in 2 nights ago wasn't a Bibli as such, or it was like an Indian Bibli. It wasn't the holy Bibli. There was a Bibli. And this chair.
I know what the chair is.
She thinks she knows what the chair is. She's got no idea.
My guess is it's for you put your luggage on it. It's so that you don't have to put your suitcase on the ground. I reckon it's so you don't have to put your luggage on the ground. You put it on the thing and you can look in your bag. Troy wants back now.
So what we've done with these bizarre chairs that aren't chairs, I've turned them into the naughty corner. And the last 3 nights straight, Jess has slept on it because she's just been misbehaving and trying to give me Dutch ovens. You know what happens to the chef of a Dutch oven? She sits in the naughty corner, which is that chair.
You don't have to hunt over, you crazy crocodile.
Well, you know, I wanted to be closer effect. That's all for today, folks. See you tomorrow in Chile.
We're going to Los
Los Angeles, California. And I'm going to try to out-lazy the dude.
And we want to go to the In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out Burger. We're going to go, we've got a couple of days, what we're going to try and do for lunch or dinner is go to the classics. Your In-N-Out Burgers, your Wendy's, your Jack in the Box, and I'm missing one, I can't remember what it was.
There's a Denny's across the road.
Denny's, but I don't know what the hell a Denny's is.
I don't know what a Denny's is either.
So we're going to try and go to, you know, the icons of this.
Well, I reckon LA will have a Big Kahuna Burger.
Big Kahuna Burger, that's what I was trying to think of and couldn't. The Big Kahuna Burger. And yeah.
We don't have enough meals to get all those in.
We're going to start doing half meals. Going to walk into one restaurant and get a drink, walk into the next restaurant and get some food.
We're going to be so fat. Dropped off the car and then headed into the sort of Hollywood area on foot. We were kind of a bit forgotten how to do it because we'd had a car for a few days. We were like, what are we doing? But that's alright, we got there. So we turned up on Hollywood Boulevard, yay! And it was pretty cool, it was very busy, like there was lots of people and it's very touristy, people trying to throw tours at you and stuff, but we saw the Hollywood Walk of Fame, so we saw some cool names like this and that. And we saw the Chinese theatre with the handprints and the footprints out the front, which was pretty cool. We got a few shots of that. That was really fun. I don't know, there were lots of different names and it was kind of cool. And then we saw the Hollywood sign in the distance. We didn't get very close, but we saw it and we had a good little squeeze and had a little bit of a play, and that was cool too. Troy got Rock Band as well. We picked that up, so we'll be playing that when we get back, if we can get it through the carry-on process. And then at the end of the day, we sort of went down Sunset Boulevard to sort of have a look, but we were on foot and we got a little way and we didn't really see anything, so we turned back. And that was really it. So that was just kind of cool, just to see a little bit of Hollywood, a bit of glitz and glamour. So cool. Tomorrow's Universal. We'll have some fun. Alright. See you then.
The new Simpsons ride was good, and I don't remember the bottom lot being there, which means the Jurassic Park ride wasn't there, and the
Mummy?
The Jurassic Park ride wasn't there, and the Mummy wouldn't have been there last time. They seemed new. The soundstage had moved down there as well, but I remembered that too. But anyway, all that's a bit silly, isn't it? It was a hell of a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. And a good warm-up for Disneyland. We had the front of the line passes, so we got in everywhere really quick, but we don't have that luxury at Disneyland, so that's going to be a trying 2 days. Had a lot of fun. We only did 2 rides with really long lines because we didn't get how the whole ticketing system works. It's really simple system. You just walk up and you put your entry pass in the machine and hit the button, and it spits you out another tag that's like, come back between 10 and 11 and you can go straight, not straight on, but you skip a whole heap of the line. Once we work that out, we'll just run around getting tickets everywhere and just going back. We didn't do a video diary yesterday because, get this, we're in whatever town, we're in LA, and we look at the train layout thing, and we're like, okay, so we're here and we want to go to Anaheim, which is
in here and transfer lines and down, and it was like on this blue line. We're like, sweet, that's like easy. We catch one bus to a train, go down on the train, and we get to Anaheim. We get there, we get off the bus, we look around, we can't really see Disneyland. We don't really know where we are. Get to a payphone, ring up, and they're like, hi, Yellow Cab, where are you? We're on the corner of 10th Street and Long Beach Boulevard. Can you please send a taxi? And they said, that'll be an hour and a half. We're like, what? That makes no sense. Hang up, ring 411, which is their information, and get another taxi company and ring up. And they're like, we don't know where you are. We're like, ah! So anyway, finally, one's driving past, whistle at it, turns around, picks us up. We get in, we go to the dude, hi, we get off at the Anaheim train station. We want to go to Disneyland. And he's like, yeah, you're on Anaheim Street in Long Island.
Beach.
You're on Anaheim Street, Long Beach. Anaheim is like a whole town over there. You've got to go over a freeway and stuff. So we jumped in the cab and, I don't know, it was like, what, a 40 minute ride in the cab to get here, which was just stupidly expensive to get here. But, you know, got straight to our door, and it was ridiculous, and it was an exercise. And I don't know if Jess fancies a pan and it requires whatever, but we did all this with our big backpacks on, and I was stupid enough to be carrying a large box the whole way.
Rock band!
Rock band. So, really quickly, if you're going to get backpacks and big boxes and go on a train ride, make sure you know you're going to the town, not the street of where you want to be. The street in the town will be good, but not the street named after the town where you want to be in some other town. That's a bad idea. And other than that, it was just a long day of walking and public transport with boxes that were way too big and packs that are getting really heavy now because we've got a kettle. Yes, go watch.
But we ended the day at the pool. So
we ended the day at the pool, which is great. Really good pool, and there's a spa and everything, and it's really hot, and then you jump out of the hot pool the hot spa into the pool, and it's like, having a blast. It's awesome. The end is near, but I don't want to end. And then I said, hey Jess, we'll get in the front here and you won't get wet at all. And it was on Splash Mountain. I would have thought the name would have given it away, but it didn't. And she sat in the front and she's like, dum-de-dum, oh, we're going past all these bears and things. Isn't it cute? And there's this music playing on, la 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 la. And she's like, oh, this is fun. Do-do-do-do-do. And then it's up and over the top. It's like a 50-foot drop, and at the bottom there's all these spikes, and you just drop under them and the water splashes up. And then this tidal wave comes into like the log ride you're on and you get drenched. It's great fun, hilarious joke to play on someone. What a fun. That's it. More fun for tomorrow. Oh, the other really cool thing that I really wanted to mention quickly was that literally you can see the rides from here. It's like Disneyland's here, our hotel's here. It's great. We walked it. I think it was a 10-minute walk from like inside the front gate along the footpath into our hotel room. Gold. Quick impression. This is for every ride that took a photo, every like fast motion one, they took a photo at like the opportune moment. And every single photo, there's a shot of me going like this. Like just, smiling, having a great time. And Jess is like this. Looks like she's about to cry in every single one. So on every single ride, I made her go in the front. I'd ask the attendant, I'm like, we want to go in the front. We had to wait a little bit longer, but it was fine. And put Jess like front and center. And every time she almost cried. It was hilarious. Oh, the other really cool thing that I didn't mention was the haunted house mansion thing. That was also great. You hop in this lift and you go down and the paintings extend. And then you hop in the little seat things and you go around. There's all these holograms and there's like candlesticks like just flying around in midair, and there's ghosts and stuff dancing around in ballrooms, and they're projected into the thing next to you, and it's great fun. And also what I liked was that tomorrow there's a grand opening of 2 rides. We're going to get to be there on the day that 2 new rides open. One is the Toy Story, which should be fun because it's Toy Story, but the other one, we couldn't find out anything about it. Oh, and the other thing, if you were going to have, just think about this for a minute, if you were going to make a roller coaster in the dark, which is a brilliant idea, what music? Oh, and it was like Star Mountain or something, what was it called?
Space Mountain.
It's called Space Mountain. What music would you play on the roller coaster for Space Mountain? I would have gone with something really like Star Trekky and like disco 80s Star Trekky style music. They went for this really which is okay, but it's, I don't know, just a bit out of context. But I loved it. It was great. You hop in and you're sitting there and you're like, okay, and then it does the usual thing, like it takes off and it goes around the corner and you sit there and then it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it like launches it like it's electromagnetic or whatever. So it's not the old like you get on and it goes. It's like you're just sitting dead flat and there's like this whole flat bit in front of you, and then it goes up. But you're sitting there and you're like, what's gonna happen here? And then the countdown happens and then it's like. It's great fun, and there's all these whoop whoop, and then there was one backwards, inside out, and all this shit right up front, and it was great. And the photo was me like, and Jess was like,